this tutorial, we are going to see how we can analyze questionnaires using Google Forms as well as ChatGPT to get meaningful insights and full detailed report. To do this, we can just go to Google Forms. So this platform is used to collect data for free. Then once we have this data, we can go to responses and then view in sheets. And once we open it, we will have data like this. We could just literally do some, let's say, cleaning of the data and coding. Then we can just import this data or export it by going to download and then Microsoft Excel. And here it is. Once it's exported, we can just simply go to ChatGPT and just open the plugin, or not plugins, just this feature here, and click Advanced Data Analysis. So here this can be activated by going to settings and beta, and then going to beta features, and then plugins. It can be activated from here, and also data analysis. Advanced data analysis can be also activated from here. It says the try version of ChatGPT that knows how to write and execute Python code and can work with the file uploads. Try asking for help with data analysis, image conversions, or editing. Could file, not files, will not persist beyond a single session. So this is the advanced data analysis tool. So what I can do is simply I can just grab the Excel data and drag and drop it here. And then I will ask ChatGPT to analyze this data. So this data comes from a group of EFL students to see how ChatGPT can be used to learn English. The scales are from strongly disagree 1 to strongly agree 7. Provide meaningful or provide detailed data analysis and interpretation to get insights, and click enter. So then ChatGPT will start telling us that we will load the data from Excel, and then it starts running codes in the background using Python. So Python is used for data science. This is like programming language. So here it says that the data set contains several columns, each representing a question from the survey. Some columns such as timestamp, constant form of the survey provide metadata about the responses, the main survey, completion, etc., etc. Then we have, so check for any missing data and handle it appropriately. This is what we call exploratory data analysis. Analyze the demographics of the respondents, analyze the distribution of the responses for key questions related to the utility and usage of ChatGPT in language education. Then it seems that you have some missing data in several columns, like what is your major, 1 missing. Then do you have a laptop, 1 missing? Do you have a smartphone, 1 missing? How often do you have access to the internet? Do you have access? So given the nature of the data for the columns related to demographic details, device, internet access, we can either remove these rows or impute them with the most common response. Since there is only 1 missing value for most of these columns, imputing with the mode should be a reasonable approach. For the thank you for completing the survey column, missing values are likely because the respondents didn't have any comments or remarks. We can safely ignore this for our analysis. Let's proceed with the imputation for the columns with missing values, excluding the thank you column. The missing values in the columns we identified have been successfully imputed. The only column with remaining missing values is thank you for completing the survey. If you have questions or remarks, kindly add them below, which we decided to ignore for our analysis. Wow, amazing. Let's move on to the second step, analyzing the demographics of the respondents. We will start by examining the distribution of the following demographic: gender, semester, age, groups, and major. And here are the charts. So here the charts grouped. They can also be put separate. So again, the charts are still editable. If you want to give more prompts, they can be edited. But we can start with these. You can see that this is the predominant age group, and we have mostly females. If we just go back to the results, you can simply notice this. Mostly we have females and males. So then we have uh, the other statistics. So the majority of the respondents are female. That's good. Most respondents are in their first semester, followed by the third semester, etc. Age groups, the dominant age group is 18 to 20, suggesting that the majority of the respondents are younger students. Major linguistics appears to be the most common major among the respondents, followed by cultural studies. There are few respondents with other as their major, indicating that they might belong to diverse fields of study not listed in the survey. Having analyzed the demographics, let's now proceed to the third step, analyzing the distribution of responses for key questions related to the utility and usage of ChatGPT in language education. We will examine the distribution of the responses for the following questions. Using the AI chatbot will help me improve my language skills. I believe the AI chatbot will provide accurate language feedback. Here it stops. It says that error in input system. So this is one of the common issues with the ChatGPT. If you give it, let's say, the whole task to do it, that's why it's advisable that we divide the task one by one. But this one can help us again go here and try to look for the missing data, for instance, and we try to impute it ourselves. Like this, the first case was missing, so we could just delete it, delete the row. We could also delete the timestamp, but this will be deleted from here. We don't want it to be deleted from here. Let's just again upload or download rather the data, Microsoft Excel, and we can do the cleaning from our own perspective. So then we have just this data cleaning, so we can just remove the timestamp, the consent form, and then the thank you question. So here we have what we call data cleaning. Then we can just save this, and we're just going to take it again and put it to ChatGPT here. But still we need to edit this and click console. So let's just refresh, and then we can simply take the data and paste it here, and then let's ask ChatGPT to provide descriptive statistics of demographic variables. So here I will just chunk it. I will just go step by step. So you see, although there are some typos, ChatGPT understands what I want, so it does not laugh at me by saying HHH or something like this. It just simply corrects like the prompt, etc. So it's really very smart when it comes to understanding the prompt. So here it's analyzing the data. It has limitations, of course, but it's good. It's doing some good job. Like if you give it a large task that's really difficult for it to handle, it's better to divide the task into, let's say, subtasks so that you can complete each with greater accuracy. This is what is recommended. So here we have the frequencies, as you can see, semester count, unique, etc. And then we have unique values like 2 males and females. We have 22 out of 29 are females. Then semester we have all respondents are in semester 1. The major, all of them, it needs prompting, so it's still recommended to use spaces. So provide advanced statistics of demographics like chi-quare, test of gender of major, and let's say age. The chi-square test is used to determine if there is a significant association between two categorical variables. In this case, you are interested in testing the association between major and age. Here's the process you will follow. I will follow. Create contingency table. So this is cross tabulation table. Perform the chi-square. Literally, it's doing the chi-square test, as you can see. Creating the contingency table. This is one step. Then we have the. Now I'm just looking for the chi-square statistics. I know that for age group there may be some cells with lower observations, then this cannot be run. And here it generated a table. This is really interesting. Now I will perform the chi-square test of independence on this contingency table. So even it understands that the chi-square test is of independence, not of association. So here the chi-square statistics is 0.967. So nice, it even provided the chi-square statistics and the p-value. This means that there is no statistically significant association between the major on the one hand and the age on the other hand. So given the p-value, it also provides the interpretation. As you can see, this suggests that there is no statistically significant association between major and age groups among the respondents. If you have any further questions or require additional analysis, please let me know. So it's good to start with easy and let's say clear prompts. But if you just give it a large task to do, it will unlikely do that. Basically, you just need to go step by step. I hope that this video has helped you understand and see how ChatGPT can perform basic statistics like descriptive statistics and inferential statistics like chi-square, and even some charts like bar charts to analyze, visualize, and even interpret the data, which is really promising for data analysis and questionnaire data analysis in brief. If you have questions or remarks, do not hesitate to post them below. I would leave you with some useful links in the description box and the comment section. If you can just consult them for the sake of understanding how ChatGPT 4 can be obtained, or how you can also further advance your skills with regard to data analysis. And see you soon.